Oh,
Yeah, I was live earlier, but then I came off.
yeah. What is the time? Oh, it's 9 o'clock.
It's 9:05.
Yeah. Can you remember that I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand. You watch, I won't want to get up for work tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry.
I won't want to get up for work tomorrow.
No,
I can take myself dancing.
you were like, it's my birthday, I'm not going dead.
I know, I can't even believe I didn't book the day off. The last time it was my birthday and I was at work, me and Abby worked together. Yeah, I'll send you the video. Like, they've done a video of me walking into the surgery, and her and another girl, Zoe, was hiding under the desk, and then they jumped out with party poppers and started singing "Happy Birthday." It frightened the life out of me. Mishka, how you doing, darling? Write my name in the sand. Yeah, it was quite funny. It frightened the flipping life out. I'm quite a jumpy person, to be fair. Saren, welcome in. I can take myself dancing. I said to this girl at work today, I was like, I'm really sorry for my singing. I know I can't sing, but I like singing. She's like, don't worry about it. I've got my headphones in. That's like rude. Do you know the only trouble is when I have a drink, it makes me want to have the candy sticks more.
Yeah.
Which is not good when I'm on here. It's all right when you're in here because because when you're live, you have to, like, when I'm live, it tells me I have to have my camera on.
Yeah, you do now. I'm sure I used to be able to turn my camera off when I was on live, but now they've
Yeah,
changed it, and now you have to have the camera. The only way you turn your camera off if you've got somebody in the boxes.
yeah. It's only you and me in here, I think, at the moment. I'm going to turn it off for a second. Don't hurt me. I don't know why they make the picture so small, though.
I know. I barely can see you.
I know, right? I barely see me. I reckon I'll be even more drunk tomorrow night. Because obviously tomorrow night I won't have to worry about what, like, I had to really force myself to come home tonight.
Are you going to get absolutely plastered tomorrow?
Well, I don't plan to, but who knows? I won't get plastered, but I'll probably drink a little bit more than I have tonight. I was very, what's the word? Self-disciplined tonight, made myself come home.
Are you a bit merry?
I was merry, but you know when you think, I was telling myself, if you don't go home now, you're going to end up being here late and then you're not going to get up for work.
Yeah. And then you'll have to
all my bosses,
where you're at.
yeah, all my bosses know it's my birthday tomorrow. So, yeah, just they know if I phoned in, like, I couldn't phone in sick because obviously they know I don't want to go in on my birthday anyway. And I'm dancing on. Oh, someone else is in here. Is that Senatali? Funny. Yeah, that's the only good thing about my son going out with someone whose girlfriend works in the pub because I didn't spend a penny.
Oh, that's good then. It saves you a bit of money.
Yeah, no, I didn't spend anything. Well, he said, oh, like, if you give me a lift, I'll buy you a drink. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll have one drink. And then he was like, do you want a shot? And then I was like, yeah, all right. And then his girlfriend was like, "Do you want a shot?" And I was like, "All right then." And I was like, "I should really go soon." That was like at 5:30. And then it got to like 7:30, and I was thinking, like, this is like the now or never, you know, like I'm either going to go or I'm not going to go, and that'd be me a write off.
Yeah. I know that's like when Kim, when Kim goes into the shop, she'll always say, "I'm gonna go in for one thing." No, she'll come out with like loads of things.
My kids say that about me though. When I used to say to them, because when I first had Marshall, obviously because there's like 11 years between Marshall and Demi,
Yeah.
and then there's like 11 years between Demi and Dan. But when I had Marshall, Dan was 18, and he got into trouble for smoking broccoli.
Yeah.
So they put him on tag for 6 months. I was living my best life, honestly, because it was like having a built-in babysitter. I didn't even have to ask him. I was like, "Yeah, I'm going out tonight." Because he was on like a curfew of like 7 till 7. So he was only allowed out in the day from 7 in the morning till 7 at night. So yeah, for like, I think it was actually for 9 months or so. So yeah, I never had to ask him to babysit. He always, and he was really good with the baby, to be fair.
He didn't have no choice really, did he?
No, but he was, you know, like some boys are squeamish. Like he was never like bothered about changing his nappy. And I remember one time, I think Marshall was only about 3 months old, so Dan would have only been about 18. And he picked Marshall up and held him in the air, and Marshall threw up in his face.
Oh, never.
And you know what? He didn't even flinch. He just like laid him down on the bed next to him, like wiped his face. And I think, God, if that was me, I probably would have thrown him.
Oh God.
But yeah, he was really good. Well, they were really close until he went on his chosen path. Which is sad. But he does seem a little bit better at the moment. But I think it's because like when it's just him and his girlfriend, like they're fine together.
Yeah.
When they're trying to be friendly with other people that go in the pub, that's when it all goes wrong, because they get involved in other people's dramas. And then they start taking sides. And my boy's like, he's very what's the word? Like he doesn't fall out with anybody, you know, like he's very easygoing.
Yeah.
He he's never took sides, never like gets involved in any drama. And I said to them both tonight, see, when it's just you two, you're fine.
Is she on the pub like?
It's her mum who owns the pub.
Ah, right.
It's a really bizarre scenario. So she was my best friend for years.
Yeah.
Our kids were like, so Demi went to school, like her and my son's girlfriend's son were in the same class all the way through primary, through secondary. So then when she got with Dan, I thought it was really weird, because obviously she's known Dan since he was 11.
Yeah.
So she is younger than me, but 10 years older than Dan. So I just think if she didn't know Dan, like, and just got with him and there was a 10-year age gap, like that wouldn't have bothered me. But it was the fact that she'd known him since he was a child I found a bit strange.
Yeah.
Because I like when I look at my son's friends, even if they're in their 30s, I still see them as my son's friends, you know, and they're young.
Yeah.
So, but like when they're like, as long as they're both happy, I don't care. If she could keep them on the straight and narrow a bit, I wouldn't mind.
No. Oh, excuse me.
You're tired, that girl. You know what I was thinking about today? I haven't seen Emma for a good few days.
When I was live the other day, she came in my life, and then I think she came in my box, and then she went, but then she said she'd be back, but then she didn't end up coming back.
Yeah. Oh, Cookie, you coming for a battle? He always joins, but he never stays. He always just scrolls past, I think.
I like his hats.
I know. I love Cookie. But he never actually comes in and comments.
Has Ames been in tonight?
No, I haven't seen Ames tonight. She's away fishing, I think, isn't she? Sitting on that riverbank smoking and broccoli. It's funny. Yes, I think on Saturday morning I'm going to try a little grow live, like just start it and see how it goes.
Yeah, share it to me and then I'll come in because I'm not
Yeah.
awake and I'm at what time in the morning?
Oh, I won't be too early. Won't be too early. I'd say probably about 9:30ish.
Oh, I'll definitely be awake then.
Yeah.
That's if I haven't taken Gavlin's live till he comes off at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
What does he only do? He only does like Fridays and is it Fridays and Saturdays he does?
Think so, because wait, this week's different though, isn't it? Because the kids is off, aren't
Oh
they?
yeah, of course he's off work, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen him though.
I was in his friend Anastasia.
Yeah.
I was in her life last night. I was in the box last night. It was me, Gavler, and Flinny, Gavler's fair mod.
Who was it who invited me into their live the other day? Oh, do you know Nanny's Natters?
No.
She's quite funny. She's like all the people who go knows are like my age group. And I see her, like I saw the boxes and then I saw she was co-hosting with somebody who lived in Pakistan, I want to say. And
Yeah.
he lived in a shed with some like cows in his front garden. It was really weird. And she's like, "Oh, Lucy Lou, come on, I'm putting you in a box." And I had no fucking clue what I was like. I have no idea what's going on here, but I'm here for it. She was like, "I knew you would be. That's why I invited you in." And
Just go with the flow.
this bloke was saying like the nearest village was like 20, like he had to walk 20 miles to the nearest village.
Jesus.
You know, you think how the other half live, but I do think sometimes them people are probably happier than us. Because what you've never had, you don't miss, do you?
No.
I think we're very like, not we as in us, but I think the generations now are very materialistic. You know, and everything's like replaceable in it. Oh, telly breaks, let's just get another one. And whereas I think if you live somewhere like that, you don't know about that, do you? You're just happy with whatever you've got.
That's why I often go into them African people's lives.
Yeah. I
'Cause
can't believe that girl's going out with one of them. That's madness.
yeah, which one is she going out with?
I don't know. I keep meaning to go and have a little stalk on her, like to see, but because I can't imagine, like, obviously I've met people on TikTok, but I can't imagine meeting,
Yeah.
like in a relationship on TikTok.
I've been done that.
You've got involved in a relationship from TikTok,
Yeah.
have you?
Yeah.
Who was what? Kimmy?
No.
No.
Me and Kim have known each other for years off the app. You know, I don't know if you say we call him my life, so we called Andy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, him.
Oh, so you're not just ladies then?
Nah, like I'm all over the
Only
place.
us in here, back girl, so we're all right.
I'm all over the place at the minute, Lucy. I don't know what my sexuality is at the minute.
No, and there's no pressure like for you to make that decision, is there? Like, just do whatever's best for you at the time.
Like one minute I can be like, oh yeah, I'm into lasses, and the next minute the lad comes along like, oh yeah, I'm into lads. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, I get it. I like obviously I have never, but my mum, Obviously she was married to my
Yeah.
dad, and then she met another guy, and she was with him, like my stepdad, for like 17 years. So for 34 years, like she, you know, like 34 years of my life, she was always men. And then all of a sudden she was like, had a girlfriend, and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, like all my life I have always been with lads. Like I've always had a relationship with lads. I haven't like thought about going with a girl or even like doing anything with a girl. And like and then I don't know, I think it was a few years ago and I was like I don't know, I really thought, well, I wonder what it's like to be in a relationship with a girl. So then I thought me and Kim were so close together. We were like just like really good friends. We didn't think we were gonna ever like go to the extreme to like for us to be actually in a relationship. And then
Yeah.
and then then it was like Kim's family friend like knew like oh yeah like knew like I like that like that. And then she was like, oh, go on, ask her. I was like, no. And then, there was one day, we were at Bishop, and and sh I got a lift from Kim's family friend to back home, and then that day, I rung Kim and I was like, so would you be my girlfriend? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh, I was like, thank you. I was like, okay. So from that day, we've just been together.
Yeah.
Like,
I do think, see, I think that's what I call, so the way my daughter would explain that is like that you're pansexual.
yeah, like pansexual is where
You,
you're in
you
a
fall for the
relationship.
person, isn't it? Isn't it where you fall for the person rather than the sex? Is that not right?
No, pansexual is where you're in a relationship, like you're in a relationship, but you can be in multiple relationships even though you're already in a current relationship.
Oh, I see.
So, like, say if like me and Kim was in a relationship, then Kim could be in a relationship with a bloke or with a woman,
Okay.
as well as being in a relationship with me.
Fuck that. I can just about keep up with one, never mind two. See, I end up liking people like it's going to sound like so weird. But you know, like when I was saying about that bloke collapsed at the end of the road, like the other day,
Yeah,
and just watching, like my neighbour, like, and he's married, and obviously I would never do anything, but just the way he was, like the kindness, I was like, oh, I've got like a little crush, like not a crush, do you know what I mean? But just
yeah,
like I just love the way he was with the man who was unwell. It just really like tugged at me, I think. Like, and I was just like, oh, I just love the way you like, I just love your personality. It's so like kind. And he was so patient. He was doing these little breathing exercises with him. And I was thinking, oh my God, why am I getting a crush? Like, why am I so thingy about like someone who's just been really nice? But yeah, I think there's definitely women definitely fall for people when you see them being kind.
yeah.
Like, that means a lot to me. Emily, welcome in, darling. If you're here, I don't know if you're here. I don't think you are. I think you've gone now. Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it?
Definitely.
I definitely am more like a personality. So my last ex, I met
Yeah,
him at my friend's flat, and he turned up there one day, and I was just around my friends, and he turned up, and he like just finished work, and he had like this long hair. He had like a really overgrown beard, and like he was wearing, you know, like tarmacking stuff, you know, like the orange overalls and stuff like that.
yeah,
And it was a little bit chubby, but that's fine because I like men that have got a bit of something about, you know, a little bit of meat on them.
yeah,
And I was like, who's that? And they was like, oh, that's Fat Boy. Like, that's it. That was his nickname, Fat Boy. And I was like, oh, right. I was like, and they was like, why, do you like him? I was like, no, I do not. And then about 3 weeks later, like me and my friend was like, "I'll come and go to the pub tonight." So we went to the pub, and like her son-in-law and this fat boy turned up at the pub, and obviously like he'd had a shower, like he'd had his hair cut, he'd had his beard trimmed, he had nice clothes on, he smelt nice. And I was like, "Who's that?" And they was like, "It's Fat Boy. You met him at the flat the other day." And I was like, "No, I haven't." They was like, "Yes, you have." And I was like, "No, I definitely haven't." And anyway, I ended up giving him a phone number, and like he started texting me. But like he was just so funny and kind and started coming round. Like we just ended up together for a few years. Like, and he was so good with Marshall, but he just couldn't hold down a job, and I just got fed up with working to support us both all the time.
Yeah.
And I kept giving him like chance after chance, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I'll hold down this job. I'll get this job. I'll hold down this job." And then he'd have a job for like 3 months, and then he'd like I don't want to do this job anymore. And I think, "Fuck this."
So
Yeah.
did he not like? Did he not help whatsoever?
No, so he was, when he had money, he was like really generous. Like honestly, if like he had money, he would give me whatever I wanted. But it was so like few and far between that he actually had money.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and he used to smoke broccoli, right? I don't like that. I don't like.
Oh
I've
yeah.
never. It's never been for me. But then it got to a point where I'd be buying it for him because, like, if he didn't have it, he'd get like really moody. I suppose, like I would with fags, you know. So I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'll lend you the money. I'll lend you the money." Like, and then I was just like, I never had any money because I was always funding his habit, and I just gave him so many chances, and like, it just never changed. And I just thought, do you know what? If I don't finish it now, like 3 years, I'm going to be sitting in the same room, undecorated. He didn't do anything really. So he was really good with Marshall. Like he wasn't really like horrible to me or anything.
Yeah.
And he was like an amazing cook. He used to cook dinner for us all the time. Like I could work full time. He would happily like pick Marshall up from the childminders, you know, all of that side of things. But he just didn't do housework, and he didn't hold down a job. Like I just got fed up with it.
See, I always say, if you're smoking, then you pay for your own. What's the
Yeah,
point of smoking
exactly.
if you can't afford it?
Yeah, I agree. I agree because I would never expect like anybody to fund mine.
No, I've always bought my own. No one's ever bought me. Right, tell her I Kim, yes, fair days, but when I used to live with Kim, and she used to, oh.